So we have a problem, and I want to show you all what it is and how we're going to fix it. So if you come over here, you will see we have these stacks of games. And then in this whole thing, sorry, it's a little dusty. Don't come over here very often. We have a lot of loose discs. So this is basically like the Xbox drawer. I think this is the PlayStation drawer. I think these are all PS4s up top. And then in here we have PSP. We have a ton of PSP games. And then down here we have Nintendo. When we buy large collections, or even small collections of any size, you end up with loose discs. You have cases that are mismatched. Someone, they opened Call of Duty and they swapped it with Madden, but then say they didn't sell us the Madden case, so now we don't have the match game or case for the two, and so we get a lot of empty cases, or we get a lot of loose discs. And then the other side of this, we get all of these empty cases, and unfortunately, see, there's even more there. We get a lot of empty cases, we get a lot of loose discs. Sometimes we get manuals, and there's even more than what I just showed you. We had 2 recent large buys. With those buys, we got a lot of loose discs, we got a lot of empty cases, we got extra manuals, we have artwork without even a case. They still have value, so we would never throw them away, but you end up with a lot of mismatched stuff and a lot of stuff that has to be organized. It takes quite a bit of time to actually sort the discs. Takes a lot of time to alphabetize the cases. That's how they used to be, but with the last 2 purchases, we've had so many empty cases and loose discs that we just haven't had time to try and match them. And I'll show you out here real quick. These are all of the loose discs that we've gotten from the last 2 purchases. That's all that we currently still have unsorted. But if you look, there's just a ton of discs. I think this stack, typically holds about 150 to 175 discs. So, I mean, we're talking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's probably at least 1,000 discs over here that still need to be sorted, need to be alphabetized, but they're at least by set or system. Rudy, currently, he's over here sorting right now. He's currently working on PS3 games, and you said you got done with...
Let's see, GameCube, Wii, PS4, Xbox One,
okay,
Xbox OG.
So you got through kind of 5 systems right now.
Yep.
So he's gone through a lot of them, but as you can see, he still has a ton of PS3 games to go through. So right now we're sorting the discs, and then we are going to sort through the cases, and then we're going to try and match. But there's going to be a whole bunch of them that we still don't have cases or art or disc or whatever. So it's going to take a little bit of time. I think you've already spent
Couple days,
3 days, 2 to 3 days,
Yep.
just sorting discs, trying to get them into the correct system.
First it was by console, and then now it's alphabetized.
We have experimented with having like a spreadsheet in the past, but then you have to update the spreadsheet, which is just another thing you have to update to keep things organized. So I think the best way to do it is just alphabetize everything, so the cases and the discs and the manuals, honestly, by system, and then you can just visually look. I think creating a spreadsheet just creates a whole other thing that you're going to have to look at. So if you guys have any recommendations on how we can keep this a little bit more organized or prevent it getting overloaded, the way we've been doing it is just working on it when we have extra time or maybe an extra worker. So Rudy doesn't work for me normally, but he's in town, he's got some extra time, so he's getting in some hours sorting these for me. I have no idea how to keep this consistently organized because it's a pretty low priority. We have games already ready, we have consoles that are ready to be sent in. It makes more time to work on the stuff that's just ready, and I don't really spend much money on this stuff. Typically it's included in a lot, so every once in a while it could be the hitter and the lot is missing, but typically people would tell me, or I would catch that. So I don't know, I don't really have a good system. But at the end of this video, I will show you all everything that we've matched, show you how this looks, because this will hopefully look a lot cleaner. I think we'll be able to get rid of a lot of cases. And then I'll show you all what this looks like. I need to figure out a system on how to keep these alphabetized. Maybe I can 3D print something that's like A through Z to help keep these organized, because it's a mess There's probably duplicates. I know I sold a couple of duplicates a couple of weeks ago. And that's another thing we've been doing is when we do alphabetize, we pull out all the duplicates. We don't need 10 copies of Minecraft. We did have 10 copies of Minecraft at one point. All right, so it's been about a week, and I do want to give you all a little bit of an update on how the discs are going. Overall, they're going well. We have sorted all the discs. They are now alphabetized, but it is crazy how many discs we have, so I'll show you all that. So if you come over here, we have not gone to PSP. That's probably going to be the last one we do. This is the part that's kind of crazy. So this is all PS2 and PS3. We completely filled it. This is now the Xbox drawer, but it also has PS4, unfortunately. We just ran out of space in the other drawer, but it should be completely alphabetized. So these are all the Xbox One games. Xbox, and then I think that's all 360, and that's PS4. And then in the bottom drawer, PS1, and PS1, and then it's everything else. So like right here, we have 3DO. We're currently resurfacing the Saturn games. We'll resurface these and sell these on eBay. We just don't get 3DO cases. We don't get Saturn cases, so I don't think there's any reason to keep them. And some of the Saturn and 3DO games are pretty expensive, so it's just money just sitting here. We did decide to keep the Dreamcast. We do get Dreamcast games, but then everything else in here is pretty much like Nintendo. So we have Wii, GameCube, and that's pretty much it as far as games. So the plan is now we are going to alphabetize all the empty cases, and then we're going to start trying to match. I will show you all how many we do end up matching, but the final step is we are going to remove all duplicates. So I wanted to wait to do that till the end because I didn't want to remove a duplicate so that we only had one and then find a match, and now we don't have that copy loose anymore. So we're going to be doing that next. A lot of games are probably going to get matched. I'll show you what it looks like. We did a very, very small version of this like 3 months ago, and I think we matched about 20 or 30 games, so that will be good. And there's some really good loose discs. So in the PS1 side, there's Resident Evil Director's Cut. So we do have a Silent Hill in there, and then there's Castlevania Symphony of the Night. I think that's probably under C. I know we have 2 discs of that, so a lot of really good stuff. Rudy, that's helping me, actually pointed out that this is probably like $10,000 worth of loose discs, which is crazy. We probably have 2,000 loose discs theoretically, and if all the loose discs were worth $5, then it would be worth $10,000. So it's kind of crazy how much money we have just sitting there. Adds so much more value to find the case and the manual a lot of the times. Once we have the case, we will sell it, but if we find the case and the manual, it can really add value to some of these games. So how's it going? We are finally done sorting all those discs, all the cases, all the manuals, and the results are kind of crazy. I'm gonna show you the loose disc first, show you where we are with that. Okay, actually, oh, holy cow. I did not know that he did this. So we got all of these sorted. That's actually really cool. I did not know that was done. Here's all the PlayStation 2 and PS3. Those are all those in here. I think we can make the spindle shorter, but we got it all organized now, and so it's good enough. So, you know, it starts here. I think maybe getting the alphabetization into order would help, but I think it's fine for now. 360 and Xbox. This obviously looks a lot better, and then we have PS4 as well. It's gonna look crazy in just a little bit, and then this is mostly like Wii U, GameCube, and then like Dreamcast and 3DO. That will probably get listed on our eBay. This is something I'm really proud of. So we got all the cases in order now, alphabetized. And then I think the way he said is like, these are missing the front artwork. These are missing back artwork. And then these are just missing the games for PlayStation. We have Xbox all here, alphabetized, manuals there, Xbox here. These are games that I've like sold to other people, so that's why these are here. We have PS3 here, PlayStation here with PS4 behind, GameCube with manuals, PlayStation 2, it's 2 rows deep with manuals there, PSP there, Wii U there, and Wii there. As you can see, that looks a whole lot better. But here's the part that's really crazy. all of these are duplicates. So we have 2 copies of each of these games. So all of these are going to get listed on eBay. We'll resurface them, get them listed. I don't know if you all know this, but apparently eBay has standard envelope shipping, which used to be for cards, on games. So that will make it really easy. So we can just mail the loose disc in an envelope, probably like those cardboard ones, to give it a little extra rigidity. These are all games that I have said probably have a little bit of value. You can see director's cut there. So we're gonna get these listed sooner, but these are also all duplicates. So you can see we have a lot of loose discs coming. And then this is the crazy part. All of these games got matched. There's going to be some, lower quality titles like Deca Sports, some of the Just Dance, Madden, got a bunch of PlayStation games, and PS3, we got Uncharted 3. A lot of lower dollar stuff. PSP, always nice to see. A couple of good ones in there. PS4's got some lower quality stuff. The amount of Xbox 360 and PS2 is absolutely crazy. I do think we might have already done PS2 and PS3 recently, so there's not going to be a ton of duplicates or matches. 360, there's a lot of lower dollar games like Halos, some of the Call of Duties, Assassin's Creed, some of these, but there's still some okay titles. We got several Minecrafts, Skate. Here's original Xbox, nothing too crazy. We got Street 2 down there, which is nice. And then over here, these are our Wii U titles. Obviously Infinity is not that great, but Zelda Twilight Princess, that's a nice one to see. Minecraft, Pac-Man. We got Xbox One here. A couple of decent ones. Forza. I don't know if Sea of Thieves is. Dirt Rally, and then GameCube. So this one was a little sad that we didn't have more matches. Mostly because we have a lot of cases, and we actually have a lot of games, but just not a lot of matches. We completed Mario Party, Crystal Chronicles, Animal Crossing, Day of Reckoning, Naruto, Sonic. Really exciting that we were able to finally get through this. I think the plan is to try and keep this up to date. It got as bad as it did because we had 2 purchases that had a lot of empty cases and a lot of loose discs combined. And then when we moved to this house, I was moving the bookcase that had all the cases on it, and like 2 of the shelves fell and just completely mixed up the order. And so I had not wanted to spend the time to re-alphabetize it, but it's really cool that we have all of that finally organized. We have a plan whenever we do get loose discs or empty cases, try and just address it immediately and not let it stack up, especially when it's just a couple of cases, just put it right on the shelf. But I'm really excited. It's all clean. I don't know if we're ever going to create like a spreadsheet or something like that, because it would be nice whenever we go to cons to be able to complete some of these. But I think the plan is just to continue and see if we ever get them. And whenever we do, we complete them and then we sell it. So one thing I did forget to include is this is the total of what we sold all of these for. It's about 3 weeks worth of work. So hopefully this number makes it worth it. That's pretty much going to do it. I'm out, Gangstas.